Hi, welcome to Twirl Craft and Chat, where we are going to explore everything creative because let's face it, who doesn't need more creativity in their life? Just to tell you a little bit about myself, in the past, I ran a successful crafting business for 5 years that led me on several adventures through Canada and Mexico. And I was also hired to do a project in El Salvador where I taught people with disabilities how to live independently through making their own crafts, wirework jewelry to be able to sell. So if you're ready to join this crafting journey along with me, please hit that like and subscribe button and let's dive in. As spring has arrived and many people are using sandals at the moment, I thought that I would do a very simple, easy to make, that doesn't require many materials, just to get started. So we're going to make toe rings. Now, for toe rings, you just need these 3 items, and truthfully, I bought these at Dollarama, and you've got the pointer pliers, the cutters, and the flat pliers. You can actually, if you don't have all of those and you just have one, the flat pliers will work just fine. I like the needle nose pliers a little bit better, but these also can work and they have a cutter on them. So that's item number 1. Item number 2, this is actually to wrap the wire around. This is a professional one, but again, if you don't have one of these, if you have a wooden cooking spoon, that could work. Or anything that is just small, it has to be pretty hard, small, that you could wrap your wire around. And then lastly, 16 gauge copper wire. Now, 16 gauge copper wire, I bought this on Amazon. If you just want to make one ring as a craft, you probably don't need the whole reel of this. You could actually just go into a hardware store, go into the electrical department, cut off 1/2 meter. When you look at it, make sure it has one wire and not like many micro wires to make 16 gauge. I'd like to talk about the gauge a little bit more before we get started. The reason I recommend 16 gauge wire for toe rings, but not for rings for the finger, is because it is super flexible. And if you've ever looked down at your toes here, you'll notice that the top of your toe is wider than the rest of your toe. So you actually need a very flexible wire to be able to open and close so that you can easily take it off and put it back on. Because I don't love wearing toe rings if you have socks and shoes. It's more so for when I'm wearing sandals. And to talk about different types of wires, the 4 that I recommend are, of course, copper wire, which is the easiest one to find, brass, stainless steel, sterling silver. Those are the 4 wires I would work with. To do this craft, super easy. Just grab your copper wire and cut a piece off. This is probably way too big of a piece, but no worries. And then you take your round object and you want to make sure that the part that you're going to wrap it around and kind of predict how wide it is. And then you want to be able to fold this around. Once you have it folded like that in a complete circle, of course, we're not done yet. Now we're going to take our toe, the one that we want to put it on, and see if it fits around. This is too small for my toe right now. So what I'm going to do is put it on here and just push it down to make it bigger, or just loosen it up. Okay, and I'm going to try again. Oh, that fits perfectly. Okay, so now that I have it, I'm going to make like a spiral toe ring, and I'll show you in the end, but it is like this, but for the toe. Of course, this one is a thicker wire. But that looks a little too long. I'm going to cut off a little bit on each side. And I really should be wearing my glasses for this. In fact, let me put those on. I'll do one side with needle nose. So these are the needle nose pliers. I'm taking the end of the copper wire and I'm just bending a little bit. And then I'm going to take the flat ones to push it in. And then I take the flat pliers and I'm going to just keep doing that. And go around. And then you flatten it in. And then you go from there. So really, if you don't have all three, you can use one. And I'm just pushing it to make a spiral. And maybe what you want to do before you make the ring is just practice making the spiral with a piece of wire. That would work too. Okay, so now I have my ring. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna make this one just a little bit bigger. I have my ring, and now I'm going to put it on my toe. And again, now that it's on my toe, I can just push it so that it fits comfortably. And here is the final product. Sorry about my toes. I haven't had a manicure yet. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to learn more about wire work. We're going to be doing different types of crafts. This one was just a super fun, easy, quick one to begin with. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.